Hey Patty, it's time to make cranberry chocolate biscotti.
Okay.
So let's get started.
Okay, well here's what we do first.
Okay.
I have a little assortment of dried fruits here.
All right.
And I'm going to put them in a can. And I've got some cranberry juice.
Great.
I'm going to put that in here. It's about 3/4 of a cup.
Okay.
Pre-measured down. Oops, I forgot a couple. A couple stuck. And then what I like to do is take a little cinnamon stick and put that in there too. And just what we're going to do is bring it up to a boil, put it on simmer for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cool it off a little bit and strain it.
Okay, well you do that. I'm going to mix the dry ingredients together.
Okay.
All right, let's get started.
Okay.
So I've got some flour, to which I'm going to add baking powder. And next is just a little 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Salt tends to bring out the flavors, so we always end up putting it in there. And when I first started baking, I thought it was really unusual you put salt in things, but it really makes a difference.
Oh, it really does. It really does. Even sometimes when you use the chocolate, you can taste you can taste the chocolate. It brings out the flavor of the chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. Next I'm adding, it's a stick of butter that's cut up, and this is called cutting in the butter. And you actually get your hands in there, and you just start mixing that butter right in with the flour.
Right.
Now, while I'm doing this, Patty, why don't you start the wet ingredients? Because I see there's eggs and sugar.
Yes, I've got, what I've got here is I've got 4 eggs and sugar and a little bit of vanilla.
Perfect.
What I'm going to do is, hopefully I'm not making too much noise, I'm going to crack the eggs in while you're doing that. Now as you do that, what you're looking for sort of like a sandy.
Like a sand, yeah.
Yeah, almost like a little sandy. You can tell. It's really is good to use your hands because then you can tell. You can get a better feel for it.
You can use like a KitchenAid mixer, but I still tend to do everything by hand.
They do have those pastry cutters too.
Yep.
But I tend to do it by hand.
I prefer this way.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah.
But you're not bad if you choose to do it that way.
Yes,
Doesn't mean you're a bad person.
No.
So what are you doing? You got eggs there.
Scrambling these eggs.
What are you adding to the eggs?
Okay. Now I've got a cup of sugar here. And add that in.
Well, this is almost done. This is looking good.
Okay. And I got a teaspoon of vanilla.
All right.
A little extra flavor.
And we tend to mix these things separate. It just seems to be better, like getting all the dry ingredients and the butter mixed together while you have that simmering in the background, marrying those flavors of the dried berries and the cranberries.
Yeah.
And then doing that, then what we'll do, oh, I almost forgot my chocolate.
I was just going to say, don't forget.
At this point, we add a handful of chocolate chips right to the dry mixture. Now, you gave me a reason for doing this. Why don't we add it later on?
Well, what you do, if you add it in and it gets a little chance to be coated with the flour, they don't all tend to lump together and sink to the bottom.
Oh, great
tip. Your
tip.
cookies or anything, if you're baking a cake too. That's why you always want to do that.
All right, well, if you take a look, you can see it looks like sand. This is ready, and you got the eggs ready, so why don't we get back together once that berry mixture is done, and we'll put it all together and go to the next step.
Okay, Jen, well, we're ready to go to the next step.
Okay. So I've got my flour mixture here. What do you have?
You're making a little well there? Good idea.
I am.
And what I'm going to do, this is the egg mixture that we had. I'm just going to slowly pour it in. You can put the whole thing in. It's just a little easier.
I like to incorporate it a little at a time.
It goes a little easier if you do it.
All right, this is coming together. What do you have over there?
It's coming together very well. This is our berry mix. What I did is like I said, I let it simmer for about 5 minutes. I strained it, took out the cinnamon stick, and it's cool.
I can see it's really plumped up.
You're doing pretty well there. I think I can probably put that in now.
Well, now, again, I'm going to make a well and just kind of mix it in there.
It's easier, and then because you're using a spatula and it goes over it.
Yeah, and pretty soon I'll be putting my hands in here once it comes together a little bit more.
Well, don't be afraid to because it's cool.
And
okay, wow, it's coming
together
really well.
This is looking really nice. Yeah, so I just take it out,
turn
and you can see. Get all of the mixture there. We don't want to leave anything behind. I'm going to give you that bowl.
We don't leave a cookie behind.
No cookies left behind in this group.
That's right.
So it's starting to come together, and I just put it right over the flour and start mixing it in. And my grandma used to always say, well, that looks like a nice mix.
We were always trying to figure out what
That's a nice dough. But it actually, you can tell, it does look like a nice dough.
Gets a nice feel to it.
Yep, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to roll these out in a couple of logs. You can see it coming together. And then if you grab that...
That's what I'm doing.
cookie tray, and I'm going to just lay it right on
Yeah,
there.
it's just a log.
And
Want to
you
make
can
it
fix it up a little bit for me.
nice. Yep.
And I'll do the next one then. What we do you brush these with an egg white?
I do.
All right, so we'll get that while this is getting all together.
And then we'll show you what it looks like before we put it in the oven. As you can see, we took these out of the oven, and what I'm having John do is John's slicing them. And it's nice to slice them on a diagonal. They look pretty and you actually get more surface on the cookie.
These are great. Did you see this? Oh, I think you're just about to say.
I was just going to tell everybody,
with
see,
the eggs?
that's why you do the top with the egg yolk, because it gives it a nice finish.
And this golden
It's
brown
a little
look is
glossy,
great.
and it does help it brown up a little bit too.
Now I'm cutting these. We're going to arrange them on the cutting board, and then I set the oven to 400 degrees.
Okay.
How long do you usually leave them in there? 7, 8 minutes, just till they get brown? Or?
Just until they get brown. Everybody's oven is a little different. I like to tell people to check them after 4.
Oh, okay.
And then you can tell. You can touch them. You'll feel them getting a little bit drier, and you'll see slight brown color.
Because I did notice that because we have all the berries in here and the chocolate, that the dough's still a little bit moist.
Yes, that's
And
what you
that's
want,
okay, though.
Yeah, that's what you want, because you're cooking them again. Otherwise, they would be too dry.
All right, so we'll put these in the oven. We'll check them in 4 minutes. When they come out, we cool them off and we're done?
We're done.
All right,
Time
we'll be
to eat.
back and we'll be eating cookies.
Yeah.
Hey, Patty, the cookies are done. These are cooling, but I've got a couple for us to taste, so
Of
grab
course.
one.
Let me put a couple more on here, because
All
it's
right,
me and you.
I'm picking mine out. A salute.
Salud. Enjoy.
Oh my God, these are really good.
I know.
See, this is why you make a big batch.
That's right.
Enjoy.